and welcome to Boardwalk Hall for the 95th anniversary of the Miss America organization. We are all excited as we await tonight's broadcast, but before we crank up the music and the lights, roll the cameras, and bring out all your favorite contestants, we ask you for your respect and your full attention for an important pre-broadcast ceremony, one that means a great deal to us all. And we hope that it will resonate with you, each of you, as well.
For the past 7 years, the Miss America organization has been tremendously privileged to induct new honorary Miss Americas to our ranks. This is an official honor that we reserve for the women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in losing their husbands in defense of our liberties. These women have lost a personal hero, and their tragedy is one that we at Miss America profoundly recognize as the reason our nation continues to enjoy the freedoms that we have. Tonight, we pay tribute to each of them in our small way, knowing that nothing can replace their fallen hero. These courageous women are being welcomed into our family as our newest honorary Miss Americas. We invite you to assist us in showing our deep gratitude.
To recognize each family, our own Miss Americas will assist in presenting each of these women with an official honorary Miss America cuff, donated by the staff from the Best Crown, along with two special guests who are here from the Pentagon specifically for this moment. From the Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, Office of Reintegration, please welcome Colonel Michael Lawson.
Representing the Joint Chief of Staff, please welcome Captain Jillian R. Work, Army Intern for the Chairman's Office of Reintegration. They will each present each new honorary Miss America with a special military point of tribute representing their office and their respect.
As we begin our ceremony, we thank you for joining us and paying tribute to these families on behalf of Americans everywhere.
Army Staff Sergeant Kenneth Wade Bennett of Glendora, California, was 26 years old when he sustained fatal injuries when he encountered an improvised explosive device during combat operations in Afghanistan. Sergeant Bennett trained to become an explosive ordnance disposal specialist and was a natural for the elite explosive ordnance disposal field. He was only 21 years old when he first deployed as an EOD expert. Known to all who knew him as Wade, he loved fishing with his family, four-wheeling, and sand railing. Wade and his wife Mandy have a beautiful daughter together, and just prior to his deployment for the third time to Afghanistan, they became pregnant with their second child, a son, whom he never met. We are honored to welcome his widow, Mandy Bennett.
Marine Corporal Christopher D. Bourdon of Ithaca, New York, was killed in action from wounds sustained when a suicide bomber detonated an explosive device during his second tour in Afghanistan. Corporal Bourdon was only 21 years old. Chris's wife, Jessica, describes Chris as the guy who loved life, coming from a tight-knit Italian family. Chris loved orchestrating pranks on his dad, his brothers, and his uncles, always when he was at home. He enjoyed weightlifting, snuggling with his tiny Chihuahua Penny, and loved spending time relaxing on the beach. We are honored to welcome his widow, Jessica Bourdon.
Army Chief Warrant Officer Bradley Jago of Gladewater, Texas, along with a fellow soldier, were killed when their OH-58D Kiowa helicopter crashed in Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom. Officer Godet was 31 years old. Officer Godet's wife, Ginny, describes him as courageous and brave, with a relentless desire to always strive for bigger and better. He never backed down from a challenge. A recipient of multiple medals, Officer Godet adored being a father more than anything in life. His laugh, his smile, eyes, ambition, energy, and most of all, his brave and loving heart is reflected in their daughter, Addison. We are honored to welcome his widow, Ginny Godet.
Sergeant First Class Peter James Hahn, along with 6 fellow soldiers from the Louisiana-based Company C, 2nd Battalion, 156th Infantry of the National Guard, were killed when their Bradley armored fighting vehicle was struck by an improvised explosive device while on a patrol in Baghdad. A native of New York, Sergeant Hahn was coincidentally attached to the New York 69th Infantry Regiment while on active duty in Iraq. Sergeant Hahn, an innate leader and a hard worker, always put 100% into every aspect of his life. His wife, Jennifer, best describes her husband as a passionate, loving, dedicated, and strong man, a loving and devoted father and husband, Peter. They told their then 5-year-old daughter, Caitlin, before he left, that no matter how far he was from her, she would always be in his heart, and he would always be in hers. Caitlin, now 17, describes her father in one word: hero. We are honored to welcome his widow, Jennifer Hahn.
Army Corporal Joshua Scott Hartmann from Mentor on the Lake, Ohio, was killed along with 13 other soldiers when their Black Hawk helicopter crashed in Iraq during a night mission. Corporal Hartmann was 20 years old. During his first and only deployment to Iraq, Corporal Hartmann earned the Army Commendation Medal with Valor for extraordinary life-saving measures when he saved the life of a fellow soldier who was shot by an enemy sniper, a testament to the protective care he showed for his men. Along with his joyous and lighthearted demeanor, Corporal Hartmann also had a passion for music. He had 3 guitars with him while deployed to Iraq, often calling his wife Kristen to play his latest song for her over the phone. We are honored to welcome Joshua's widow, Kristen Johnson.
Army Staff Sergeant Stephen R. Tudor of Dunmore, Pennsylvania, was killed when his unit came in contact with enemy forces using indirect fire during combat operations in Baghdad. Sergeant Tudor was 36 years old. Sergeant Tudor served in Saudi Arabia driving fuel trucks to service tanks and other military vehicles on the front lines of Operation Desert Storm. He also served in Bosnia and South Korea, as well as stateside, assisting victims of Hurricane Andrew along the U.S. Gulf Coast. He married his love and fellow soldier Wanda, who describes her husband this way: Stephen was our everything. He was caring, lovable, and especially a great dad. He had a particular laugh, a sense of humor, and was extremely spontaneous. I miss him every day, she said, more and more. We are honored to welcome his widow, Army combat veteran, Specialist Wanda Lopez.
Marine Sergeant Frank J. World was killed in Afghanistan when his vehicle hit a roadside bomb, killing Sergeant World and a fellow Marine. Following in his father's footsteps, Sergeant World wanted to serve his country and joined the Marine Corps right out of high school. He was serving his third tour of duty, deploying just 3 weeks before his wife Beth gave birth to their second child, Lily, whom he never got the chance to meet. At the age of 16, Frank taught himself how to play guitar. Beth recalls that he'd come home every night from work and strum on his guitar while she made dinner. He could play you any Metallica song known to man, Beth says. Our son, Jacob, loved listening to his daddy play his guitar. We are honored to welcome his widow, Beth World.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2016 honorary Miss America. Miss America 2002, Katie Hartmann Ebner, for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Miss America. See you number 1.
They'll come up this way.
Okay.